Hello, 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 hello. Welcome to our nail stream. So glad you could join us, TQ. Hello. I am very excited about this actually. So, like I was talking to y'all a little bit earlier in the week, we were talking about nail colors, we were talking about different styles, right? And so we were showing a whole bunch of colors that were very much just your normal nail polishes. These are your Sally Hansen, your drugstore style nail polishes and the like. So I obviously had some really super affordable ones on there. But I do know that one of the often, one of the reasons that you would most often go to the salon is if you wanted something a little bit fancier, you wanted something that would maybe last a little bit longer. So generally speaking, when you do head over to, your local spa, your nail salon, etc., you might be looking for something like a gel polish. So if you haven't used a gel polish in the past, or you don't know anything about it, this is what we're doing today. I have a couple really good brands that I like. There's two really classic ones that are both pretty inexpensive, but then also just really great quality ones. And then I also have pretty much all of the tools and the different pieces and things that I use. So if y'all have been following for a while, I am a nail biter supreme. So this can absolutely be done on your natural nails. You do not need acrylics. You do not need anything fancy. But if you are like me and you just want that at-home manicure, you want them to look really nice, but you don't have all of the skills to do maybe what your technician does, I cheat and I use these. So these are a soft gel tip, and I also really like them because I think they're a little bit sneaky too, because a gel manicure is the manicure, if you haven't ever had one before, that uses the UV light alongside it, right? So I do have one here. This is the one that I use most frequently and it'll turn on here in a second, most often, but I also have a really awesome code. I have two linked up in the carousel today. One of them is for this really cool set. So if you don't want to have to go and do all the different pieces yourself and kind of mix and match, there's one from Modelones here. I found it, it's actually a really cool gift set actually. And so a lot of the different colors, of course, get all of the ones that you like. I have so many different ranges here, but if you just want a gift idea or you want a all-in-one, this is the gift set here. So I left it in the box just so I could show it. It's actually really cool. I love the little handle here too. So it has a 50% off code on it. So I'm going to scroll over. It does have a set amount of colors. So this one is a little bit Valentine's Day themed. So maybe we're a little bit past that. But if you love reds and pinks, different colors like that, this is such a great all-in-one kit. And it's also really affordable. I use the self-drying nail brush. Ooh, I've never tried that actually. That's good to know. I need to look into that then. So the reason that I consider it cheating on my end is because I tend to not put these on my nail directly and then paint them. I like to use these little, let's go this way. I like to use these little sheets. So they come like this. I'm too impatient to sit and wait. I appreciate that. At least you're honest, right? So I use them like this, and so this specific one, they come in tons of sizes. I'm also someone who wants really short nails. I love longer nails. I think they look great on lots of people, but for me, they just drive me nuts. So I usually get extra short almond. You can do square, coffin, long, short. There's tons of options. I'm just showing you what I do. And then they also come in a few different colors. So you have some that are a little bit more matte. These are a little bit darker flesh tone. There are some that are a little bit more pink. And then if you do like to do something like nail art or something like that, there are pure white ones. So I'm just going to use a really light one today with this. And again, I linked up tons of colors. I do have all of them sitting next to me. So if there is one particular one that you're looking for, let me know. And then that way I can also just paint like one nail or something really quickly for you. Let me plug in my laptop here. Go like that. So these are the ones I'm going to use, and like I said, I like to cheat just a little bit. So UV rays, if you're ever using any of the light, then you probably know that it can have a little bit of an aging effect. That's the same UV style that might be you know, in the sun, etc., etc., etc. So it helps a little bit to protect your nails also. So this is a set. They go from largest to smallest, so I like them too because there's plenty of sizes. So if you're like me again and you kind of have weird shaped nails and sizes, this is really great in terms of finding like a perfect fit for you. So lots of colors are linked. I do have a couple codes in there that are for another 25% off, but most important, let's just start where you need to start, which is a set of tools. And honestly, I did cheat a little bit and I did start doing some of this because I don't know if I'm the only one, but I could not have my left hand, and I don't know that I would know a difference because I am so bad with being ambidextrous. So I knew that if I like tried to do this all on camera, we would be here all day as I'm trying to like very carefully work through mine. She says they make gloves to protect your hands. That is actually a really great point. There are definitely gloves. And again, like I'm doing this on the faux nails. You can do them a couple ways. If you think that these are a perfect size for you, you could put these on, you know, and you could do these on your actual, you know, nails. Everything is the same. The technique is the same. Again, I have a left hand that does not do anything ambidextrously, so I would just end up painting my whole hand. And when you do it with normal nail polish, it's a little easier. If you're doing it with gel polish and then having to cure it, it's not the easiest to get off, you know, once you're doing it. So it's a little bit messier. So, all right, are you? No, not at all. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I could not have my left hand and I would never, ever know the difference. So what I have highlighted right now in the stream is a little kit that I use. So it's a really great, pretty much everything that you need style set. And there's a couple colors. So if you're not a fan of rose gold, I believe there's like a green and I think a gray. But I have taken out a few of the pieces. So you have actually 3 different clippers. One of these is just like a larger set of nail clippers. This one's a little bit smaller. And then this one actually has the kind of like a little tip here on it too. So there's 3 different kinds, so you can use it on different fingers, etc., where you need a different size. And then of course you have what I was using just a minute ago, your little cuticle tweezers as well, and then pretty much all of the different pieces that you might need, cuticle pushers or little files. You have a nail file here, little scissors, some tweezers. So again, any style, you know, manicure that you're doing pretty much has all the different pieces in here. So, and of course, this isn't just for manicures. You of course could use it for just anything really. Like, I mean, it ends up being really useful. The little scissors, the little cuticle clippers, etc. I think of these more, they make me think more of wire cutters, which is what I want to say every time I look at these, but they are not. So Of course, if you're just starting for the very first time, you want to go through and you want to just prep your nails. So again, I am doing them on the faux nails, but you still like want to prep your actual nails, your cuticles, push back, all of that. So let's grab the, hey AE, hello. So I, again, have no nails. So if you did, you'd want to obviously go through, clip your nails to the length you wanted, and then go from there and then push back. Can I turn off the subtitles? I mean, I can, but then I feel like there's so many people that watch without sound. So I'm trying to just be a little bit more inclusive with everybody on there as well. So I'm just going to use the little tool here. It's like a little round one just to push my cuticles back. Hey Amazon customers, thank you for the follows. I appreciate it. So just going through, obviously being really gentle and washing your hands first and foremost. Going like this. Let's see. Yeah, I can turn them off if that helps for y'all there. They're off. There is a banner at the bottom, I believe as well too, that will say that there are those 2 coupon or promo codes on the stream, so it should be popping up on the bottom. The 50% off code is for that gift set, that kind of complete set that I started with Modelones here, and then one of the other sets of colors does also have that 25% off. So I'm mostly just talking as I'm doing this. So going through, just kind of like prepping your nails. This is one thing I can do with my left hand. Just the simple little push, I feel like is what I'm going to call it. And then, so this one. So like I said, I felt like we would be here all day if I wanted to show you, cuticle clipping. Of course, anytime you're doing that, as tempting as it may be to just cut them all off or clip them all away, you do want to save a little bit. It does help protect your nail. It also makes sure you don't cut them, twip them. Have you ever tried color street nails? I have not. So I tend to be someone, I'm just doing this by the way. This is how I'm holding it in my left hand to be slight, so I can slightly use my left hand to trim off the cuticles on my right side. So I'm like kind of hiding it because it looks terrible actually as I'm doing it. I have not, I don't know if Color Street, is it colors or is it the faux nails or the acrylic nails? It's real nail polish with stickers. Ooh, I like that. I have used stickers before actually. I have a whole bin full of nail stuff. I've actually tried the stickers. I actually like them quite a bit and I found that they work well. I never used Color Street. I think I've used Kiss maybe. Is that the brand name? All right, I'm not going to sit here and do this forever because I am a perfectionist, but no one wants to watch this. Okay, so moving along, once you have pushed your cuticles back, once you have kind of trimmed them, clipped them, all that, we're gonna go through the magic of television, right? So poof. I feel like that's when they're cooking, that's what it always looks like, right? They're just like, let me push it over and it's already cooked. So from there, once you've kind of like trimmed everything, you would just kind of like file your nails, shape your nails. In this case, I do with the glue. So this is the glue that I use. It's also linked in the stream that I use underneath my little acrylics here. So what I do like to do is I do take like just a little bit really lightly. You could also use like a buffer brush, like one of these little styles. I don't have this linked up. These are just kind of like random ones I picked up in different places. But I do just kind of give it like a really quick go over with a file. I find that it just helps the glue stick just a little bit easier. And then let's go this way. And then of course, as you're going through, just make sure that like if there's any dust or if there's any powder, if there's anything like that, you just give it like a really good kind of wipe first, so that there's nothing that it's sticking to. So I am using the UV, this is my LED UV light. There are tons, whatever one works for you, go for it. There's a lot on the market. I find this one to be pretty affordable. It works great. Like I said, I'm gonna unplug it real quick. This is from Sun UV, and then it just is a on off, and then you have your 5, 30, and 60-second timers on here. And then this is also, I unplugged it so it won't turn on, but this is also motion activated, so as soon as I put my hand in here it will turn on. So in this case, as soon as I take my strip and I put it in here, it will also turn on. Most often you're going to do it between 30 and 60 seconds for each time that you put it in, so each time you go through and kind of cure it. So let's make sure it's on. Okay. I find that I most often do 60 seconds, and you can actually see the button where I've probably touched it with nail polish on the 60 seconds. So first and foremost, you want to use a base. So this is the one that I have. This is from Beetles. So this again is, oops, that's the top coat. This is from Beetles, and these are the two gel polishes I like. This one from Beetles. This is the base gel. Most of the nail color boxes on, just in general, but also the ones on the stream, none of them have the base coat in them. So you do want to make sure that you have a base coat. If you don't, it tends to peel because it's not stuck to it. And then I also did Modelones, which is a similar brand that I also like. I think they're both really vibrant colors, but they also, let's see, I'm going to pull over to the top coat, base coat right here. But they also do have a really pretty color, and they also stay really well. So this is the base gel. So usually what I do, if I'm doing like a regular nail polish, I'll usually like paint all of these. It's easier that way. This is what I was doing on the other stream the other day. We were just like testing all the colors, so I just kind of paint this whole strip. But in this case, we're just going to use the ones that match my nails best. So again, that's why I like this one, because I have found, especially like with my pinky finger, that a lot of the boxes of acrylics and things like that don't always have ones that fit me well. So I usually just go like this and decide which one I want. So I've done this enough times, I know it's usually the end ones. So what I'll do is I'll just like pop them up like this. And then I'll go through and decide which ones I want. So some of my fingers are not the same size, which is also why these are nice. So let's see here, we're on the middle nail. Let's go with that one and that one. So again, I'm just kind of like popping them up since I know which ones I'm going to use. I find that, I don't know if anybody else is the same as me, but I have both of my ring fingers tend to have a bit more of a ridge to them. So these are also a really nice set because they have a lot of kind of play and a lot of bend to them. So if you have one like, you can't really see, and again, I'm such a chewer. So hey, Holy. So because of that, these have, let me show you the big one. You can see there's a lot of play with them, so they'll stick a little bit better than some of the really hard plastic ones. So, oh, thank you, Agnes, and then also Batista, thank you. Where are we here? So let's go with that one. So then that way we also don't waste them. And I'm just flipping these up again. So the one thing I always find is my thumbs tend to be smaller too. I don't know. And then they're not all the same size. So there we go. So I flipped up all the ones that I am going to use. So I will go through and paint them. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, I also want to make sure. So using this, again, this is that base gel. I have it highlighted right now. You really only need one coat on here. It is a little bit of, it looks kind of like a kind of really almost like sticky looking, kind of like clear top coat if you've just used normal nail polish in the past. But just one little coat, and you want to do it for about, I would say 60 seconds. It is going to be like a little bit tacky still, like that's what helps the normal polish stick. So it's okay if it is. It doesn't need to be cured so much that it's dry. So if when you pull it out of the UV lamp, let's go here, and then as I go through, I will, does it dry really quickly? So with gel polish, you will need to use your UV lamp. So I'm going to, some of them, I think TQ said that maybe she has a drying one. I think you said that auto dries, but these are polishes that need the UV lamp. So I've done a couple, and I'm just going to take them and place them in here. This is motion activated, so it will turn on automatically. So again, I'm doing it on these strips right here. You can do it directly on your nails if you have nice nails. You can also do it on your own acrylics, etc. So I felt like, in the spirit of St. Patrick's Day coming up, that I was going to do these. So this is a new box for me. I've never tried any of these, so it's going to be new. I'll highlight these really quickly. So these are from Beetles, same brand. And they are all super green. You guys know I love green. Green is my favorite color. So while we're sitting here waiting for those to cure, Sally Hansen's is self-drying. Good to know. I think we're gonna go with this one, which is Beetles color number just 488, which you can see on the end what color it is. It's like a really dark green. There you go. Kind of sparkle to it. In here, oh, there it goes. Now it came off. So you can, of course, do more at the same time. I was just showing you a couple here. Why is green my favorite color? You know what? I don't know. I somehow have just picked it. I don't know. I think everybody has a different, I don't know. Okay, so these are all on the same side. Like they're all going to fit underneath the UV lamp. So I'm gonna just do all of these at the same time here. So touching those little tiny bit tacky. What's my least favorite color? I don't know. I don't like hate any. I'm not a big orange person, I guess. I like some orange colors. I don't know. I don't really have a not favorite color. So really light coat. I wouldn't get really crazy. This is just a base coat, so it doesn't have to be super thick. I tend to be a perfectionist as I'm doing this though. So going through, I know this is like the boring part, but it's also kind of vaguely therapeutic, I guess. I do like to do this as like my own self-care, and it's also nice because you are saving a ton of money on these. For example, let's see, this box I think has what, six colors. Just look over there. 6 colors, and it's like $12. So I mean, like I think it's regional, right? Like I think it just depends on, I'm just painting these by the way, where you are in the US, but I feel like a trip to the nail salon or especially like gel manicures, at least $30 maybe each time. And then and again, it's regional. I know that's probably cheaper some places and more expensive others, but I feel like that's about it. And then obviously that's just for like normal color if you do like fancy designs or anything like that. Okay, so almost there. So once I get these all polished, Then I am going to put them back in to the UV lamp and then let them cure for another 60 seconds. So if you want to do this on your real nails, doing the same thing. And then also, like somebody said, I think in the stream, if you're doing this often, I would definitely recommend those gloves. There are gloves that will protect your hands as you are doing it, so that you're not putting that skin on the back of your hands directly into the UV light, right? So we obviously don't want to cause any skin damage if you don't have to. Okay, last one. So this, of course, again, I'll highlight really quickly, is the base coat. I think I got all the ones I flipped up. Do one extra in case I mess up today. So there we go. And if you are, there you go, tuning in for the very first time, this is the extra short almond shape from B Art Box. So I'm going to take that. As soon as I go like that, it will automatically turn on. Set it down here for just a second. Stick my hand in. Oop, there we go. Boop. So you do have a 30-second timer, you have a 60-second timer. It does say 30 to 60. Actually, this one, I take that back, it says 60 to 90. So just for posterity's sake, I'll do the extra 30 really quickly too, just in case. So I think different brands do different lengths too. It might be the Modelones that's a little bit shorter. You just want to check the brand, but on average, I would say just plan on doing about 60 seconds underneath the UV lamp. So I'm gonna put my tools away, put them over to the side. In this case, what I like to do also is I'll usually go back a little bit and trim my nails and shorten them just a little bit if I feel like they're too long. Some of them I think are a good length. I think it's just also how your fingers are shaped. If you're going through, right, and oops, there we go. Let's do an extra 30 seconds on this one just to get up to that 90. So those are the big ones. 30 seconds. It's all based on how your fingers are shaped and all of that stuff. So putting this away, I did just get this really great like carrying case for my polishes, and so today I haven't had some time to play with it yet, but I just got it, and right now I have everything kind of in a giant bin at my feet. So I'm hoping to all right, I don't need the foundation. Organize it today. It'll be like my weekend project. So like I said, this is a new box for me. I haven't tried any of these colors before, so you all get to join in doing the other 30 seconds here. 30 seconds. And it looks like there's some really fun colors. Again, I think this is a good set for St. Patrick's Day. I'll flip up the colors here. This is why I want to organize into that kit. There you go, so you can see all the colors. There's like a bright green, there's a little bit more of like a matte color, a little bit more of a teal, and a lighter sparkle. We're gonna go with the really dark sparkle, so from Beetles also. There is another set on here. This is the one I believe is the one with the coupon is from Modelones. Both of these are really great brands. You can use both of these pretty interchangeably as well. So I haven't had any issue like using the top coat or the foundation coat from Beetles or the Modelones and so on and so forth. Some of the polishes though, depending on like what color you go for or what line or style, every now and then they do have different techniques with them. I'm gonna tip this up a little bit. So just make sure that if you switch and try a different color or a different line or something like that, that it doesn't have special directions or anything. So, all right, so we're gonna shake this. So again, did about 90 seconds on here on each one. And then we're gonna go over with the first coat. How many coats you do is really gonna be dependent on the color and like the style that you want. This is a sparkle, so we're gonna see how many layers I have to do to get a good layer of sparkle here. And then of course with any of these, same as the base coat, you're going to do that layer and then you're going to put it into the UV lamp to cure. So like I said, this is that sparkle, so I'm kind of excited. So it's also really easy to see now once you put the base coat on which ones are which. So I'm going to tip each of these down, and then as I mentioned, the base coat will have a little bit of tack, like a little tiny bit of tackiness to it. That's okay. So let's find out. Let's see how this goes over. Ooh, this is actually pretty good. So sometimes I feel like sparkles are really light the very first time you go over it. Whether it's like a gel polish or it's a, you know, regular polish, sparkles can be a little unpredictable. So here's what it looks like. It's actually pretty, actually let's go like this. It's actually pretty full coverage for, there we go, a sparkle, so that's actually pretty cool. But if I tip it up to the light, it does still have some lightness to it, so I might do a second coat just to do a really light one. So again, I'm a bit of a perfectionist, so I'm trying not to sit here, but it goes on really evenly. Like I said, sparkle polishes, you know, are different. They just tend to be a little bit more unpredictable in terms of how they go on. So this is the one part that is kind of boring because it's like I wanted to try out the new colors like on the stream with y'all, so I didn't cheat, so I didn't like pre-prep any of these. Magic of television, I suppose. Also, if you're, you know, tuning in and you're watching and you see some of those mixed color boxes in there, I think all of them have about 6. I think they all do have 6. And you want to see a specific color, I'll pull it out and do one on here. So I won't make you sit for the base coat. I'll just do it on the nail, and then just use that as like my sample one. Okay, being a perfectionist, stop. All right. Sometimes one nail gets more sparkle. It does. That's what I'm saying. They're so like it's just the nature of sparkle polish. I shared one that I really like that always makes me think of Funfetti. It's just like a normal nail polish. It's not a gel polish, from Sally Hansen. I shared it in my live stream earlier this week when I was trying out nail colors. And it's really cool, but it's a clear, essentially like a clear polish. And so it makes me think of Funfetti, but you definitely, if you want a really sparkly polish like this, it's not going to be one for you. And I feel like I tend to do a couple coats on that one just for that reason. And then with gel polish, a little bit goes a long way, especially if I'm doing it like this, so that I don't get any like drips on the side or anything like that. I don't want to make sure I don't do too much polish. Like, not enough is better than too much, because I can always do another coat. It's much harder to get drips that have kind of baked themselves onto the side. Dun, dun, dun. So, like I said, I'm a bit of a perfectionist here, but I'm actually very happy with this. This actually is a really, it's a new polish for me, but I'm happy with like how sparkly it is, and I do feel like it's a really good one for St. Patrick's Day. We have 2 more. I actually, as you guys saw, I did just match them up to my fingers, but sometimes, you know, user error, so sometimes I'll just do like an extra 1 or 2 just in case, so that I have backup if I mess it up or something like that. Okay, So now that I have these, again, with gel polish, you do have to cure it. So once we have them all, I'm going to lay them down a little bit better too. See, user error. This is what they look like. There you go. And then I'm going to put them in, let them cure, 60 seconds. Sometimes you can do 30, it just kind of depends, but I like to do a little bit extra just in case. So here are some other ones too. So these are some new ones that I got. I feel like these are perfect for Easter. I just liked, like when I was like looking for some for St. Patrick's Day, I saw these and I was like, these are great for Easter. So I have quite a collection of polishes, by the way, but these are like really, oh no, there we go. The pink fell out. There's like a light pink, yellow, light green, light orange, very sherbet, blue, and then pink. Hey, Marta, hello, welcome to the follow, or welcome to the show. Thank you for the follow, maybe. Or if you like some that have like more of a kind of like almost like a galaxy sparkle. Okay, tap on these really quickly and do just a little bit more just because I'm paranoid. So this is actually a really cool one too. If I get close, it has like a galaxy look to it. It's like a purple with a little blue sparkle in it. This is one of the Modelones ones. I think they're the same size, 7 milliliters. Yeah, so these look like they're so much smaller, but they're actually the same size. So they're all about like what, 7.24 ounces, 0.25, so they're basically the same size. Okay, so we did those. Now I'll go back really quickly and do the larger two. And so then you'll basically just kind of like repeat that step based on however much you think that the polish needs. So I would say most of the time it's between 1 and 2 coats. Sometimes it could be a little bit longer than that. Yeah, oh, you are welcome. Like I said, it gets a little boring putting these under the lamp, so I figured I'd just use one of these and just try some of the new colors because they're new to me also. And then I'll just, that'll just be the sample one. You won't be able to wear them because I won't put the base coat on. And I'll make sure to like put it away too so I don't accidentally. So there's the larger ones. We're gonna let those cure a little 60 seconds. Grab one of these white ones so we can try some of the colors. I'm highlighting the one I'm opening. So where do we start? All right, so this is from that Easter set. This is the light purple A675. These don't have like names to them. So remind me that I'm not curing these, so they're probably going to, I'm probably at some point going to touch them. This is a really pretty lilac color. So this is one of them. This is a really pretty one, actually. That went on super, super well with one coat too. So this is probably one I just do one coat with. So that was the purple. Let's do the pink. I don't know that you really need to shake gel quite the same as like regular polish, but I just have a habit of doing it. So let's see. Yeah, I like this one. And this is one of the reasons that I like Modelones and also like the Beetles one, because they just have a really thick, like full coverage to them. This pink is really light, so I think I would do 2 coats of the pink. There we go. This is the pink. So this is really light. I don't even know. It's against a white background, so obviously your nail is not going to be that white. So it looks a little paler, but it's a very pale pink. Let's go with this orange sherbet color. Don't look at my regular nails. There you go. It's very light, so it's reflecting It's reflecting. Ooh, this makes me think of like a creamsicle. Okay, let's go like this. This is a really cool one. I think I would do this one. And as I'm talking, the pink actually settled a little bit more, and it actually looks a little bit not quite as thin as it did when I first put it on. Okay. This one's another one really thin. So far the purple has been like the dark, like obviously it's the darkest, but it's been the only one I think I would say like just do one coat. I don't know. I think you could actually get away with just one coat on a lot of these. So that was a 677. I'm just going to do all three of these, and then I'll go back and put the second coat on the sparkle one for St. Patty's Day. So then that way I have this tray. And I can actually I can just cure these while we're painting the new ones too. So then that way I won't accidentally touch them. The yellow is also very good. These are like the perfect colors for, oops, go, for Easter. This is another, actually this one's, I do 2 coats I think on the yellow too. It's like a really soft, almost like kind of creamy yellow. There you go. All right, we've got 2 more. Like I said, and then I'll grab the other one. This is the mint. These are all in one set, so honestly, don't look at those. These are all in one set, so I don't know that the name of the color necessarily matters. Ooh, I like this. This is very pepper, those little mints with the little chocolate mint chocolate chip. Thank you. That's what I was going for. Oh yes, Andes. Thank you. I was like, I can see I can see it in my head. Like I can see the little wrapping of it. Yeah, that is very mint chocolate chip. I like that. I'm trying to get it so it doesn't reflect. I think the white is making them reflect a little bit more. Hey Yogi, hello, hello. Okay, what was the last one? So the last one's the blue, and then we'll put on the second coat of the other one. So it goes down a little bit flatter too. So again, I just want to point out that you can do this directly on your nails. You can do these directly on acrylics, like wherever you want. I'm just doing it like this because I find that I just give myself such a cleaner, easier manicure this way. So first coat, both coats actually, really light. Bill was banned from the stream today because I was afraid that he would get his tail or fur into the nail polish. Okay, so that's what that light blue is. It's a really light robin's egg blue. So this is what they all look like together. They're really pretty. So that was the set I have highlighted right now from Beetles. All right, I'm gonna highlight that St. Patty's Day one again right now as well, which is called Carnival Evergreen is the name of the set. If you honestly, if you click on any of these, there are like 50,000 different styles and kind of colors and stuff. So going back again for that second coat, you could do just one coat if you had a really thick polish. You could do whichever. So personal preference on that. So not too much. But yes, Bill has not been holding up his end as a very good co-host lately. And if you're new here and you're watching for the first time, Bill is my cat. He very often likes to make his presence known on our streams and you know, be both cute and annoying at the same time. So because you're curing this as you go, especially like a sparkly polish like this, it feels like it's a little bit harder to put the second coat on, but like that's literally just because it's a sparkly polish. A lot of the other ones won't have the same, like they'll still have a little bit of tackiness. That's just like what gel does. But it will feel a little bit tackier, and it will, and like with sparkle, it won't feel like it's going on smooth, but that's because it won't. And like when you put the top coat on, that shiny, like this, like a little top coat, then that's what will smooth it out. So fear not, you aren't doing it wrong if you feel like it's not going on super smooth when it's a sparkly one. All right, so the other one's cured, so that'll actually help a little bit, because then I can see if they change color at all. Sometimes, not usually, does the UV lamp make them change color, but every now and then. Okay, so this is one side painted. It, like I said, like it actually was really covered. So this is the side. I hate showing my nails like this. This is the side that I gave a double paint to, and then this is the top side. You, in person, you can tell a little bit, but honestly, on camera, I don't think you can tell at all. So you can kind of see like how thick that sparkle was to begin with. So, hi Priscilla, how are you today? Welcome, welcome, welcome. So again, I'm just going to do that really quick. Second coat, we're going to put it back under the light in the lamp for another 60 seconds, 90 seconds or so. Just, again, sometimes it'll depend on the polish as well. If you put a lot of polish on, like too much, make it too thick, I would say cure it longer, but just put a really light coat on. A little bit goes a long way, I feel like. Almost there. And then while these are curing, we can actually try one of the other ones if you want. See some more colors. It's the beauty of interactive streams. All right, last one. Trying not to be a perfectionist today. This is such a good, obviously y'all know I love green anyway, but this is a very, very festive color, I feel like, for St. Patty's Day. Okay, so both of these now have that double. We're gonna go back, put them under, give them a good little bakey bake. So this is that set we were looking at just a minute ago. So these are cured. Look at those. They're so perfect. These are a really good Easter set. Oh, I like that. I like that a lot. Okay. So they're really good colors. So which ones? Let's do the chameleon ones. These are from Modelones. This is, again, these come in a set. So this is 2408. These are very different. It is, yeah, there's a big storm. I was reading, or I guess I was watching it today on the news, but I saw that there was a crazy one coming. So be safe, everybody. This is another, okay, so this is like the galaxy color lineup, as they call it. This is another sparkle polish. This is definitely a one coat polish. Look at that. It's so pretty. It's very eggplant. It's a really pretty sparkle. But this one, definitely only a one coat. Very thick, which is great. 30 seconds. Let's keep on going. So this is also part of that same set, 2407. So a lot of these, I think, in this set are fairly similar in kind of color and style. So if some of these look a little similar, they're meant to. This one is a little bit lighter. It's got a lot of sparkle in it, but it's more of like a normal kind of polish. It's not quite as thick. I love these Easter colors, by the way. They are really cool. Okay, so that's what that one looks like. That one's a little bit more blue, but it's still that same kind of galaxy look to it. To the next one, and again I have this one highlighted. I do think that this is the one I put in the stream for the extra 25% off, so definitely check on the product pages on a lot of these different polishes today, depending on what color you choose. I've seen a lot of codes that are in the I like this one, that are in the 15 to 20% off range. So I didn't add all of those to the stream because there's so many colors to choose from, but this one is kind of a sticky glitter polish. So it's definitely thinner. This might be one you would want a second coat on. The first two, I would say leave that one. It just kind of depends on how light you want it. So that is those three. So they're all kind of that bluey, purpley style. So this is 2405. This one's all, these are all really pretty when I pull them out of the bottle. So, this one is very bold compared to the other ones. This is, as it kind of settles, I would say you could maybe, I think this one's a personal preference one, how sparkly you want it. I might probably do 2 coats on that one just because I like it to be fully saturated. So that one's pretty cool. These are very different, by the way, like these sets. So 2 more. So each of these do come in that set of 6, as I was mentioning. So this is 2404. This one is very blue. Very blue. This one is also very light, so you would definitely want a second coat on this one, I think. Sometimes as I'm like painting, I'm like, well, maybe not. This one's very light, so I would say you'd want to put a second color. You can actually kind of see through this one even in the camera right now. And last but not least, the good thing about this is I have a few. I have a few of these to try while we're kind of going in between sets. I like this one. This one's like a greeny sparkle kind of color, so. Well, I guess this is all kind of blues and purples, so it's probably not really as green, but maybe it's like more of like a blue silver kind of color, but really cool actually on this one too. That one's actually pretty thick also. I don't think you would need a second coat on that one unless you really wanted it to. So again, that's the Chameleon color set. I have it highlighted right now. All right, in you go. Boop. Give it some color. We'll do the last. There we go. The good thing about sparkle polishes like this too is if you accidentally touch them, you can't really see your mistake quite the same. It's nice, actually. So just adding the second coat. These are for my thumbnail ones. And last one here. All right. Feeling very festive today. So we've put 2 coats on this, right? So these are my acrylics. I keep saying it, but I know that there's probably people who have popped in and out of the stream or maybe are watching for the very first time. So if you are, I am painting these because this is how I get around having really short nails, and I'm able to do some on my own. So okay, let's see here. Waiting. I'm doing the last 30 seconds on that one, and then I do have one more set, so I can highlight that one really quickly. This is from Modelones also. This is their cat eye. Okay, so let's do the last little bakey bake of the big ones. So this, oop, where did I go? Here. This is what those look like after they came out of the UV light. They really don't change. I feel like very rarely do the colors change, but if everybody wants to see what we've been looking at thus far. Last one here while those cook or bake. So lastly, obviously we did 2 coats. Maybe you only do 1 depending on the color. Then we're going to go in and do the top coat. We're actually going to basically do the same thing we've been doing this entire time, is just putting on a layer, baking them. But the top coat is what's essentially going to harden it, right? And then that's what's going to make them perfect. So with the model tones, let's see here. This is a 1569, and this is actually to a slightly different version. This is a HEMA-free gel nail polish as well. All of these are soak-offs too, and if you're not familiar with that, that just means that you can use, you don't have to scrape it off. You can just use the dissolver. You kind of let your nail sit into it for a while. Let's do these. We'll do it on the sparkly side here, I think. This is more, this one is not a sparkle. So those, what did they call it? The Galaxy version was all sparkles. Every single one had a sparkle tint to it. These are more matte. Well, at least this one is. This is a really pretty kind of like, there we go. Can't paint today. There we go. This is a really pretty kind of like a bluey gray color. So it's on the same side here. Ooh, that one. I think I missed a spot on the side of that one, but it's okay. So the good thing about 2 coats too is you can like do, let's see here. This is a sparkle. So this, I'll do this one and then I'll put the top coat on and we can keep going through this set of 6 just so that we're not wasting any time. So this one is pretty clear looking. So please note I'm doing this on white nails, so it's going to look a lot lighter. I think this would be a good accent color, or this could actually probably be a really cool like second coat over a color, maybe, if you wanted like a little sparkle to it. It's very silver, so if you can see, you gotta catch it right in the light. Makes me think of weddings, or very bridal kind of, actually. Okay, so we're gonna put that to the side for just a second. We have done both of our coats. This is what it looks like. Honestly, I did 2 coats just for the posterity of it, only because I like to have it really, really thick and really bright. I think with this one, you easily could have just done a 1 coat. It got a little darker, but it didn't get crazy dark. So top coat goes on. It's just another layer, but this is the one that will seal it. So, and it does, I always find that the top coat smells a little bit. None of the other ones have really any smell to me per se, but sometimes the top coat does a little bit. I guess it's because it's sealing everything in. It has a little more of a, I feel like it smells a little like glue sometimes. It's also very thick. So if you're used to like a normal top coat with just like regular polish, this is going to feel really tacky and really sticky. So that's just the nature of gel. There is a bill hair on this one. I see it. See, this is why he was not allowed to be in the stream today. Okay. That one. Do the other side. Again, this is just the top coat. You really can't see it. There we go. It doesn't really change anything. Hi, Kat. Hello, hello, hello. All right, so again, just doing a really quick, don't put too much on. as I'm doing this on here, right? Don't put too much on because you do want it to cure, so too much will just make it harder. Not harder like you want it to be hard. Like not hardening the nail polish, unfortunately. And again, if you are tuning in for the first time, I'm doing it on these because I find that it makes for a lot cleaner at-home manicure. But you can absolutely do this on your nails, on your own acrylics, however you want to. Yeah, I never like how the top coat smells. Nothing else smells, but the top coat always does to me for whatever reason. All right, last one. And then we'll go back through those other colors. And kind of goes without saying, another about 60-90 seconds. I think you can usually do a top coat for less time, but since my hands aren't in there, I'll let it go a little bit longer. So to reiterate as well with this, thanks Margarita, you want to and you need to use the space gel, and then you also need to use the top gel. They come in their own set. Some of the polish packs or whatever you want to call them do have a base coat in them. Not all of them do, however. So there we go. It's making my computer a little angry there. So okay, so we did the two colors. I still have it highlighted. This is the cat eye set. These were the first two colors that we did. They're on this side, so they're this one and two. Actually, it's this one. It's a little bit harder to see here. So this one is 2251. Ooh, it is very dark. So as I'm looking at it too, I would definitely say the first blue definitely doesn't need a second coat. Hey Joanna, hello, long time no see. This is a little bit of a chunkier polish, so it has like chunks of polish or like chunks of sparkle in it, so it looks like it kind of goes on lumpy. But just like I was saying, I even painted it. Hang on. So this one you can see is very thin, like the color is very thin. So even when I was painting it, there's like chunks of glitter in it, so you could actually see it looked a little uneven, but that's just the glitter. So I think if you just moved it around with your brush a little bit, see how it has a little bit of a different shape. It's also supposed to have a little bit of a galaxy look to it, but the darker places in the nail here as you look through it are actually the chunks of glitter from this one. So okay, so I'm going to do the green. So this is the one that I was doing, Joanna. This is that very on topic, I guess, for, there you go, for St. Patrick's Day. So that color looks good. Oh, thank you. I think it's a super fun green, and I personally like the glitter polishes like this because if you make a mistake, they're so much more forgiving than some of the others. So again, just like one really thin coat of top coat. Don't get too thick. Is it just the one color? So yeah, so the one color is the 25% off. It's just, that was the only one that code worked for. But like I was saying too, I think that if you're looking at some of the product pages, I do think that there were some that I saw for had like a 10 and 15% off code. And I do think, isn't it fun? It is, it comes in, this is from Beetles, actually, this brand. This is these are the two I like. I feel like Beetles is pretty similar in a lot of ways to Modelones. This is one I just got. It's 488. It comes in this pack, so I have them all in the box still because I couldn't decide which one to do for St. Patrick's Day. So I just got those, and then this is the other one that I just got too. These Easter colors. This is also from Beetles, but so fun. And then these Galaxy ones are all from Modelones. So this one has a little bit of a hologram look to it. I just realized I didn't show the color. But these are all still in that cat eye gel series. Hang on. Make sure I don't put too much on here. This is a really cool color. It's like 2255. It's a really pretty, almost like snow color, like an iridescent snow. I like when they come in a hard black plastic thing. Yeah, so the Modelones they come in like this thing. Like this. But I actually got a, there you go. I actually got this really cool organizer. I don't think I linked it up in the stream because I am not paying attention today. This is 2508. I should do that really quickly, actually. Let me see if I can get the right name for it so I can share it. It's called, let's see here if it'll let me add it back. I have it down by my feet. I just got it. Ooh, there it is. Okay, I'm gonna add it to the stream. I think there's a code for it too. No, this is deeper. They stand up straight. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, so I just linked at the very end here. The one that I just bought, which I think is really cool. It's like this organizer. I had to pull it up really quickly from my order form. This is the one that I just got because I feel like I have, so most of my stuff is literally in this little tote bin, but now I feel like I have too many. So this is actually, getting a little distracted here, but that's fine. They're just putting it in the lamp. But this is the one that I just got. So it's like a double-decker box, like almost like a jewelry organizer or a travel tote. And on the top, there's just open space. So it's meant to put your UV lamp here on the top. And then on the inside, like this is the best part. Like look. So it has all these spaces for all your different polishes. And then back here is a little like foldy flap so that you can put, I don't know, whatever you want back here. So I thought this thing was so cool. And like I said, I just got it in yesterday. So I'm like, ooh, I can sit here and like organize all of my polishes and put them all together. And it actually comes, I probably won't put this on because I don't imagine myself carrying my polish somewhere. But they do also have a carrying strap, like a shoulder strap. So, okay. So let's go into one more. I'll leave that here. That's perfect. I know, right? And I think it says it holds, there's different sizes. I'm trying to remember which one I got. I think there's 50, I think it holds 50, but I think there's a larger one that holds 60 maybe. So there was like a lot. So let me do the last two of these in that set. This is 2508 because I'll bake these then. And then I want to touch them. I'm just like overly cautious because I'm like, I'm showing y'all how to do this on a stream. I don't want to mess it up on a stream myself. So this is one of the others from that set. And this one's really cool too. It's very thick, I would say. I think I tend to just put 2 coats on all the time. But this one you probably could get away with just doing 1 coat also. It's a really pretty bluey, kind of in person it's almost like shifts between blue and green a little bit. And then there's one more color on that one. And then we'll cure those, and then I'll show you how I put on the nails. Here we go. And of course, if you have any questions or you're just tuning in, ooh, this one's very thick too. Feel free, ask away. Sometimes this can be a little boring. It's not boring for me. It's very soothing or very self-care, but it can be boring for y'all. So, okay. So this is the last one in the set. Almost like a light, it's like a light blue silver, kind of like a gunmetal-y color a little bit here too. So that is all 6 of those from the Modelones. Okay, so let's just cure those so we can see all the colors. I will say when you're doing this, this is why I like these strips too, is a lot of the nails that I use are on this side and a lot of the nails I use are on this side. And so these middle ones are a little bit harder to stick into the UV light. So I might have to like clip this really quickly so that they'll fit. Oh no. Let's see here. This is my own fault. So by the way, there we go. Okay, so this is what these look like now. So they've had 2 coats and they've had the top coat. So as you can see, I can touch them. If you touch them and they feel a little tacky, sometimes I find that it's just the texture at the kind of the onset or whatever of the top coat, and that it just continues to get a little bit harder and harder, but it's not, I pulled one off by accident, but it's not sticky. But if you ever feel like it's not quite done, just do another 30 seconds, another 60 seconds. You're not going to damage it by doing that. So now here's the fun part. Let's see here. So here's what I do. Tons of glue, tons of different choices out there, but where did I hide it from myself? Okay, here. Use an alcohol pad. Oh, there you go. That's a good one too. On here is, this is the nail gun glue. I've used some that comes with acrylics. I've used some that comes with press-on nails. I've used a ton. This is the only stuff that I feel like really, really sticks. So like Joanna said, you can use like an alcohol pad, obviously on the nails. I always like to go and just rough up my natural nails just a little bit before the glue. And then I also will go and make sure I like that sticky is meant to be wiped off. Oh, thank you. There we go. Perfect. I love that. I don't think I've ever done, I think I always just wash my hands after, but there you go. The sticky is meant to be wiped off. Okay, so I'm gonna do this, but then I'm gonna also like make sure I get it all of my fingers, and then I'm gonna use this glue. So we're just gonna go like this. And so the one thing about these is because they are twisted on here, you will have to just do a little file, just a little buff at the end, which is fine. I just got it. Well, now I know, see? Thank you. And so what I tend to do is, if you've ever used like eyelash glue, I personally use this very similarly, where I'll put a little tiny bit on my finger, a little tiny bit on the back side of the nail, and then I'll let it sit for just a second. Not super long, because then it'll start to dry. But if it's really wet when you put it onto your finger, then it leaks out the side if you put too much too. And I find that it just stays in place better as soon as you do that. So little tiny bit. This looks just like a bottle of nail polish too. So don't need a lot. Just wipe it off, little tiny bit on your finger. Don't put it on your skin. I mean, it won't hurt you, but you don't want to. It's that Manicure strong so you know cheap. Yeah, no, I get it. There we go. I feel like, let's see here. yeah, I want things to stay in place. So I'm just gonna give it a second, let it get tacky. Pulled out these are what they look like baked now. So you can see this one did get a little bit bluer almost, I feel like, than quite as iridescent as it was. Gave it a second. I'm going to take this and I'm just going to press it on. What I like to do, so it's going to be a little bit harder to show you, but I like to press it down, and then I also like to press it back just a little bit. You're not trying to get it underneath your cuticle or anything like that, but it does help you, I feel like, fit that fake nail, let's call it, closer to your cuticle, right? And then it just looks a little bit realer. For me, as soon as I can feel that little ridge, then ooh, if you get it on your skin, then use the lamp. Yes. I think the thing is for me, I always do this. Yes. Thank you. If you get it on your skin and use the lamp, it will burn. Always get it off. Yes. That's I feel like some of it too, though, is I always do it like this. So I never like put it underneath. So this is the first one. So you can see, and these are the super short or extra short almond shape, which I personally like. And then it does have that little sharp tip on the end, so we'll just like file that off at the very end, and then it'll be smooth. Other than that, they're pretty much already ready to go. So now this is like the relatively boring part where I just do this on all of my fingers. Thanks, DQ. I feel like I've done this a couple times. I don't even want to show them on camera. I have tried so many different tricks, tips, solutions. I've tried the what do you call it? Like the spicy solutions, right, to stop you from from chewing your nails, things like that. It never works. So like doing things like this is the only way that keeps my nails like looking really great. So, hey Kayla, hello. So again, I put a little tiny bit of the glue on my nail and a little bit of tiny glue on the back of the faux nail and do the same thing. You want to just press down and a little back. That's my personal go-to. And then I just hold it down. So I find I have a little tiny, I find that just holding it a little bit farther back on the nail and then again pushing it kind of down and forward. Don't try to shove it under your cuticle or anything like that. Just a little pushback helps stick it. I just hold on to it. Just, and sometimes what I'll do is I'll also like kind of roll on it just so that it sticks kind of on my whole nail. Like I was saying kind of at the beginning, both of my ring fingers have almost a little weird shape to them, so they always are a little bit harder to stick. So I just kind of press on them a couple times. I do too. I'm so excited. Like I wanted to get, like I said, some St. Patrick's Day color nails. So I did that, and then I saw this one, and like whenever you go onto the pick a product page for any of these colors, the first thing is like there's like one and then there's like 12 other different color sets, and so you're like, well, let me just look at another one or just another one, and so on and so forth, and then suddenly you bought 5 sets, right? So like I will point out, this stuff I don't find that irritates my skin at all, but this stuff dries like super glue. Oh no. So if you touch it, it feels like super glue. It will stick your skin together like super glue. Like, do not, it doesn't irritate my skin, but it will absolutely not come off. So imagine it like super glue. Hello. So again, pushing it down, kind of pressing it back, holding it down for a second. I also like this glue too, because if it does pop off your nail for whatever reason, you can just put more glue on it and put it right back on and it'll be fine. I wouldn't say any of these, I wouldn't treat these nails like reusable ones, I don't feel like. But if, you know, you just had a nail pop off for some reason, you can just put it right back on. So sometimes I keep this in my purse. Green, it's St. Patrick's Day. We're going with St. Patrick's Day. So anyway, so going ahead, and again, it still has that little sharp tip on it because that's where I pulled it off of here. So we'll file it down at the end. But, oh, there is my co-host Bill joining in today. So just twisting off. And then it also gives me like kind of poison ivy vibes. I feel like this green. All right, I'm going to switch over to, so in the carousel, like I was sharing, I do have two promo codes that I did link up. One is for this Modelones. This is the chameleon tone, right? So this is the lighter, right? That's the lighter one. Yes. So it's like the set right here. That's a little bit lighter. And there is also a 50% off code for the Modelones all-in-one. Ooh, Wicked. See, there you go. I'm very on brand with that too. Is it bad that I haven't seen it? I don't know. I'm probably the only one in the history of in the United States that has not seen it. So sorry, everybody. Ooh, I'm gonna let Bill in. He seems, now that we're done painting things, I don't have to worry about cat hair getting all over me, so, or into the nail polish. So let's see here. Okay, there. He'll probably come in and join us in just a second. Oh no. So, like, there we go. Like I was mentioning too, the reason I like these specific acrylics too is that they are really flexible and they're really bendable. The gel polish, as it cures and dries, especially if you put too many layers on, will make them really hard and really not as bendable. So you can also put these on your nails before you paint. I just want to point out, you do not have to do it like I'm doing it. I just like cannot paint straight. So like Joanna was saying, using a little wooden stick or a scraper. I think in this little set here too is really great for that. There's some little scrapers in here. Like this little guy, like would work really well for that. Just getting off that little extra bit on the sides. Whee! But this is such an easy set to use too. And it fits on the top level of that organizer. So I'm really excited to have gotten the organizer actually, because I have been looking at this bin of nail polish and just been like, I need to do something about that. Plus then it prevents any of them from spilling or like, you know, all that kind of stuff. So I just hold it. I think everything I do when I'm doing this tends to just be, I take a little bit longer than I need to. The stuff dries really quickly, this glue. So you really don't need to hold it probably. Hello, you can come in. He's very much wanting his presence to be known. So doing the other hand, so this is my good hand in terms of being able to use my right hand. So this is what they look like. They are a little sharper, right? Because I have to file down that tip, but side by side is so much better. And doing another little doop. And here, just a little paint, hold it, wink. And then everything that I have used today in the stream, these are not wet, by the way. You can also use this hand immediately, which is why I like doing it on there too. Nothing wet. I don't have to worry about touching the wrong thing. I just like am itching my head. Come on, come in, join, instead of squeaking. Okay. He's like, it's Friday, you guys. Just in case anyone wants to know. Come here. Come join. I would grab you, but then I don't want to stick you with nail glue. So there's that to be had. That's all I need is to stick myself to a cat. So, almost there. Getting to the end. So, which one did I do for this nail? There you go. I've also, Beetles does make actually some acrylics that are what do you want to call it? Like filed down so that they're ready to go on. So if you really want something easy to do, they make them like that too, and they're all clear. So if you don't want something like mine where they're, you know, peachy or more of a nude, or even like this one is the white, then you could do that too. So those are more like traditional versions, I think. I put a little bit of extra glue on that one. Give it a second. See, this is what I'm saying. It's harder for me to use my left hand to do anything. Come here. Okay. He is ready for the weekend. Me too. Me too, Bill. Me too. Okay, so we're almost there. Come on. Join in. Sit. Okay. So, and like I said, like obviously I did do a few extra. What I do is I will just save these. And then sometimes, like if I did green nails and one came off, sometimes they come off and I lose them. Come here. Very grumpy today. Very talkative. Sometimes if you're, I don't know, sometimes like you will lose a nail and it'll just pop off while you're out somewhere or something, like, and then if I have a couple extra at home, then I can just, you know, put one on and I don't have to redo all of them. So, or I just mix and match. Sometimes I'll just reach in and see what I have and not paint any and just like mix and match them. It is feeling very wicked. I could never have long nails like Cynthia. Props to her, but okay, 2 more. We almost are there. All the way. Let's see. Also, what I have found with using these is for longevity purposes, it is better to pick one if you're kind of in between sizes with the nails. I think there's like 16 different, if you get this stuck to you, buddy, that's on you. I think there's 16 different sizes on each one, so 2 on each side. If you find that you're kind of in between or your nail's in between, I would say to size almost down. So if it's almost a little bit too small on your nail, at least it'll cover the whole nail bed, as opposed to if it's a little bit too big, it won't necessarily stick quite as well because it might be sticking to the skin. And I find that makes it fall off a little bit quicker or more prone to rather. Okay, so I'm just gonna like highlight some new nail colors while I'm doing this, but there were a lot of really good ones, and I think it might have been this pastel one that was on like super deal. Like most of these too, it's really nice because like a normal nail polish, maybe a Sally Hansen or something like that, OPI is another one, right, are, you know, $5 to $10 a bottle. These are $12 for a bottle of 6. So they are a little bit smaller than a traditional nail polish, I feel like. But, oh no! Oh, I think it will only work on that one color. It'll only work on that galaxy color. So if you added a different one for whatever reason, it does make the other set nice. Yeah, I think it is only working on that specific color. It's a brand thing. I don't get to I didn't make the rules on that one, unfortunately, but I think the 25% I believe is only working on the, what do they call it, right? Oh no, chameleon gel set, or I think I've been calling it Galaxy at this whole time, but there we go. And then the 50%, I used the 50% actually yesterday for this Modelones kind of like a gift set, because I wanted to see what their UV light works like, or acts like you wanted, yeah. And subscribe and save is actually, you know, like, not that you would buy a specific nail polish over and over and over again, but you can always do a what did I do that for? You can always do a subscribe and save and get the extra little bonus and the discount, and then just push it back or cancel it or whatever. The only thing with subscribe and save is sometimes you won't be able to get the Prime delivery. It'll make you wait a little bit till the next subscribe and save. I think that's been my experience. Not always, but sometimes. The 50% off, yeah, it works. I used it yesterday. So you have a code. Yeah, so that's the 50% off works for that, but I think, like I said, that 25% is only going to work on that one chameleon set. So it should be working. I can type it in really quick too. Let's see here. See if I can click on it really quickly. Sometimes when I pull up browser windows when I'm running that stream, sometimes what I've also noticed, it's done it to me a few times, is if you are, let's see here, if you are adding the promo code, sometimes it'll say like this promo code doesn't work or whatever, and then when you add it, if you like go to, there we go, click, sometimes it'll say like the promo code doesn't work. And then when you put it into the promo code box and then you look over on the right where it totals it up in the final checkout page, it'll be there. I've had that happen. I think it actually happened that way with me yesterday with the gift set too. It'll take the $20 off, but it won't show it. So try typing that in and see if that works for you. So it should take it off, but like I said, or because that's a Modelones code, I don't know. Both the 50, like if the 50% should work alongside that 25%. They shouldn't like cancel each other out. They should work together. So I don't think should be a problem. Every now and then there's like weird kind of codes. Yeah, I don't know why it does that sometimes. Every now and then a code is weird, but so here we go. So we've got all of them on, they're all stuck on, and so we're just gonna file down that little tip where it's sharp, essentially. So going back to that kit, I'm gonna highlight it really quickly. This is the kit that I have here. It's super affordable. It's like under $10, and it has all the different pieces that you could possibly want. It has 3 different little clippers. One has this little beak to it to help you, kind of a slanted clipper instead of a straight one. Then it also has tweezers, scissors, and then pretty much every tool that you could possibly want for a manicure. And then this, of course, this one here is your nail file. So and if you have one that you prefer, go ahead, use that one. But actually what I'm going to do is some of these have a little bit of a sharper little piece. So, oops, wrong one. Not that one. So I'm just going to clip off the little end. And actually, like, gel nail polish is also really easy too, where it's just like, it already is pretty smoothed out, so I'm just gonna have to do like the tiniest little bit. There. And that one. And I'm just clipping off that little tiny little piece from where they attach to the thing. And there. And honestly, I could just pretty much, for the most part, just take the clippers and clip them off, and they're pretty much already good. There. So last little bit. Just a really quick little file. Like, this is so tiny and small. Like, basically these are already shaped, they're already done, they're already finished, so you're just kind of literally just rubbing off that sharp little end from the nail. And oops, there it is. Oh, Bill. Cool. So here we go. So I did not do a before and after because the before was so hideous. And I guess we've been streaming for about an hour and a half, and that's only because I've been taking the time to like stop and talk about things, or kind of stop and demo things, etc., or show all the different colors. So it's, I would say, in about an hour you could probably have it done, depending. And then also, this is the little cuticle oil. There's a bunch of different fragrances, I believe, of this one. I think this is the milk and honey. This just is like a little finisher for moisturizing around the cuticles, like a drop. So this thing is pretty big. It's what is it, 2.5 ounces, so like this thing will last forever, I feel like. But just a little like droppy drop on each one. And then I just like rub it in, and that's it. It's very simple, very easy. It's like a very good Friday self-care. It's like what I will do before doing some last minute errands, some grocery store-ing later here. Okay, so a couple drops, like you really don't need that much at all. So like I said, that should last forever. Oops, I did not glue that one on well. I will fix that. But that is it. Ta-da! So we did, obviously it's greasy from that cuticle oil, but ta-da! Thanks, Joanna. It's just always fun to play around with new colors. If anything, you get to kind of see them like in action in person. And then of course, like I was mentioning, more important than probably anything else is these sets of the colors, right? So this is my, it's called the Evergreen set. I've been calling it the St. Patty's Day set because they're all green options. Very Wicked, very Poison Ivy, right? These boxes of 6 do not come with the base coat and the top coat, so you'll want to get that. And as far as I know, I haven't had any issue, kind of alternating between brands. Like, it's not brand specific, so you just need a base coat so that the gel will stick. Or what you'll find is it starts to peel a little bit off the tip as you kind of wear them and stuff. So we did it. I think actually too, the top coat and the base coat bundle is on a deal today. I think it's 13% off, it looks like. And then just one final thing here too. I want to go to the gel polish set. I literally just got this because I thought it was really, really cool, and I got that 50% off code. So someone's gonna like, I don't know. I have too many nail polishes, so I might just gift myself or gift it for myself. But I did want to share this. So this is a Modelones one. This is, I feel like, very Valentine's themed. So we are a little bit past that. But if you do want a kit that has everything in it, it also comes in this like basically super cute little gift box as it is. It has a little magnetic closure. But how do I get into this? It opens up here, and so this has literally everything in it you need. So you have your top coat, you have your base coat, you have what is that? 6 different colors. You even have the cuticle oil in here. This is a UV lamp too, so like everything. So whereas you know, you can go, and it's just personal preference, right? You can get your own. If you just need the top coat and the base coat, you can do that. If you just want to, you know, re-up some colors, you can do that. But this one has absolutely everything in it you need. This is a much smaller UV light though. It is really cute actually. Here, how does this open? It looks like it sits up. So this is a rechargeable one here, or just kidding, it plugs in. What am I talking about? But the legs pop up out of the bottom. So this turns into like a little table tent, which is pretty cool. And it's not letting me right now. So I'm gonna have to play around with it later. Trying to see why I made it mad. Oh, duh. Anyway, so this opens up like a little table. So this one's a lot smaller of a UV light than the Sun-V one like that I have. But again, it's going to work the same because it's just going to go in and then cure the gel polish and the top coat and the base coat. So, hey, Rome, hello, hello, hello. It's good to see you. And also that's like a crazy good code too for that. So I always want to share a little bit extra. It's like a $20 off promo code. So great gift idea. It's also already boxed up like a perfect little gift too, but it's got everything you want in it. The only thing is that it only comes in those, like that one color palette, which is kind of a dark red all the way up to like a silverish kind of color. So, okay, I think that's it. Oops, there we go. Let's set this over here. One last really quick on here. If you're looking for some new colors, this is what the one I'm highlighting. Oop, I did not cure these. I touched it. Oops, I'm sorry. Oops. See, they will not dry. They have to be cured. I will point that out. So if you're looking for some new colors, this is I really like this for an Easter color palette. That is the one I have highlighted right now. It's those 6 colors. So it's a blue, green, yellow, orange. This is a pink, it's very light, and then a lilac-y purple. Then this is the one that I have a 25% off code for. This is the chameleon set. So again, it's these 6. So it's I've been calling it the Galaxy set because they all have a sparkle in them. And then this one's almost like an iridescent kind of. These are only 1 coat. So this one is like actually really, really light. And then this one right here is the cat eye one. This is the same live. Holy, this is the same one because I finally like just finished. So it's actually not been that long. Like I said, it's been about an hour and a half, which it would take me far less time to do my nails if I wasn't talking and painting and kind of sharing some of the different color sets too. But we made it. We got to the end. So if anybody has any questions, feel free, ask away right now. Other than that, yeah, I'm gonna let everybody have a great weekend. Oh, really quick before I forget, because I am going to do this weekend. This is the nail polish organizer that I got. So if you have a big collection, I literally just got this and I'm super excited about it. So it's a double-decker. You're good, Holy. So it's a double-decker case. So on the top, it has little Velcro strips on either side. So it comes with these. So you can put these basically wherever you want. So you could customize how... I stuck it to the Velcro. So you can kind of customize where you want the dividers, or if you just like don't want any dividers at all, you could just take them off. And then here on the second one is a really great, just like a little pocket, a little zip flap here where you can put stuff. And then the best part is all of the slots for your nail polish. This is, I think, the medium size. I think there's one a little bit smaller, and then there's one a little bit larger if you need more room for your polishes. But I just got this, and I think it's kind of great. It also comes with a carrying strap. I have no intention necessarily of taking it anywhere, but if you do want to carry it around, it does have a shoulder strap. So I did not attach it because I probably won't use it like that, but if you did, you could do it that way. So, all right, I think that is everything. So we went through some nail colors. There's two really good promos. As I always say when I finish out my streams, please, if you're not already following, please do so. If you are following and you have push notifications turned on, you will get notified when I go live. So if we're doing nails again or something like that, then you can join in and watch. Or there might be promo codes, or there might be something really great to come and take advantage of. Like today, I have that 50% off for that gift set, and then I also do have the 25% off just for this chameleon colorway too, by the way. So that 25% won't work on the others. But you can also go onto my Amazon storefront. You can check out all of the other live streams that I've done. There's a tab at the top. This one has been recorded, so I'll upload it afterwards and you can check it out. And I think that's it. So I hope everybody has a really great weekend. Thanks for joining. Hopefully you had fun. Hopefully you learned something, all of that good stuff. And I'll see you all next time. So bye.